What a game we have coming up here. A top 10 team perhaps walking right into a trap. As any fan of college football knows, when you go on the road, you never know what you might run into. Welcome to Boise, Idaho, and Albertson Stadium, home of the Boise State Broncos. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Oregon State Beavers, squaring off with another team from the Pac-12, the Boise State Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pop. Jesse Palmer, and guys, let's get this thing started. And the Broncos will get us started with the opening kickoff. The returner will field it and bring it back. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Oregon State Beavers offense will get the first swing of the game. Leaves it with the back. Jukes his way for more. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Going for it all. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Gonna run it. It's Jackson. There he goes. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And obviously this guy's been hyped up, and we've talked about him in the Heisman race. What do you have to do? You got to finish strong. The voters are watching what you do at the end of the season. Awesome opportunity. Put together a 100-yard game last week. Put some stats up. Get a bunch of touchdowns. You know, really finish strong so you can get in that Heisman race and maybe go win that big trophy.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle. It's Card. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt, they want to come out here and test this secondary, test these DBs, and they know they've got the QB with the arm talent to get the ball there. That's a great start for this offense.
They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
You know, and that's why this guy can play 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. They're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. The Beavers line it up with a 1st and goal. Wants to keep it in the air. Makes the catch. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to blow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on 1st down and goal getting them
He's trying to get it in. Touchdown, Beavers! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Broncos offense will try to get something started with their first possession. They are going to be greeted rather rudely smartly, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, that can get TFLs, get sacks, it's going to be on this offensive line to buy a little bit of time, but also
breaks into the open. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. A 1st and 10 for this offense. Looking downfield on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Bates. He makes the stop at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 15, and they've got it in plus territory. To the air on 1st down. Finds his target down the middle.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Running it inside the 30 and finally out of bounds at the 27. The Broncos pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Quarterback keeper. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Got some work to do after that last play, 2nd and 13. Now the play fake. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
We've reached the end of the quarter, and Oregon State has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period.
7, Boise 0.
This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Russell. Smack, and runs through another one. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. The Beavers will have it 1st and 10. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Got it! He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
And there is no question they should just keep letting this guy throw the ball. He's 5 for 5 on this drive. They've only run 5 offensive plays, and he's already got him down here by the goal line. Let him keep chucking.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon State.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. Just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Rushes on him. Took a shot as he threw. And the pass is incomplete here on third down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. And the Broncos will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The give on the inside. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Motion from the wideout. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers.
Oh, it's picked off. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Off the play fake on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Wagner. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
You know, the tight end's got to do a better job getting his depth on the route. He's running out to the perimeter of the field, but he's got to get further downfield. He caught that pass behind the line of scrimmage, got tackled, and as a result, it's a negative play.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding. All right, this offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's continue to work here and find something we do good, build maybe a little bit of momentum so next week we play a little bit better football.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. The Broncos will punt it away on fourth down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Excellent job on the punt. Bounces out of bounds at the 5, and they'll have 95 yards to go in front of them. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. First play of this drive comes from the 5-yard line. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Snags it on the right. Off and running. The 20. Touchdown, Beavers! He found some open space and turned on the Jets. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Michigan proved it is battle-tested and capable of winning any place, any time after this one. And just think of the confidence this Wolverines team gained today. Invaluable, if you ask me. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the Big Ten standings as this one does, gentlemen.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Looking to fire. Here's the pressure. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Get it out to the supersonic guy. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at it. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be...
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Going for the big play. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. And the Beavers will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Let's see what he can do with it. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Fires to the big fella. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Complete in the middle. Get it down to the 28-yard line. It is a 1st down, and they have to show some urgency here. The offense will quickly use a timeout. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the middle. A strike downfield. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. This will likely be the last play of the half. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. Smashes it between the uprights. Are forced to settle for the field goal. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Just enough time for one final play of the half. They'll run it from the gun. Got the 1st down. Looking for more. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, this matchup on that Smurf turf, sign me up for another half in Boise.
He'll put total leather and get this second half started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Boise State ready to send out that offense. They start this 3rd quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. It's like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is...
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Turning it on! They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the 1st down. They have it at the 36. And the Broncos come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Handoff to the lone back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Quinn with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. Wide receiver going in motion. From the gun, the running back looking for room. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. From the gun, wants to pass. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. The Broncos decide to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play, just outside the 20. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
The Beavers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Looking for more room. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Great place to start for this offense. To the ground with the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos! Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
Coming out with it, it's Card. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. And after that last score, this is just a two. Oh, he's got some space. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. They came out humming on this drive, and now it's first down from the 36. Caught in the backfield. It's Bowers. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going.
He is sacked way behind the line of scrimmage. Just a catastrophic play there. The Beavers will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and try to pick up some yards. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Hauls it in. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. The option look. Now the pitch. And that one will go in reverse. The defense all over that pitch on the option. And the Broncos with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking down the middle. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he'll pull it in inside the 20. Just what they were looking for, a huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. That's the end of the period, and Oregon State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
You want to have a lot of success on defense? Make the quarterback feel uncomfortable. This defense has been doing it time and time again, and you can tell this quarterback doesn't have to.
Tight end finds a soft spot. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field, and nowadays you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
He wants to throw it again. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. The Broncos didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Swings it out to the flat. Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? They'll move the wide receiver. Trying to bully their way in. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. And you'll have to be precise from the left hash in this short angle. It's good. Easy call for the ref. That'll make it a 1-possession game. The lead is 8.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. On the run, it's Jackson. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, it's a nice job by this defense. Obviously backed up against it, time running out. Got to get the football back. 2 good plays, now 3rd down. I stay aggressive.
Lets it fly. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. And the Beavers will line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. So, guys, we'll see this offense again. Give to the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying play action. Finds the tight end. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. They'll try to sneak it.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. And the Broncos now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Quick handoff. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. He's looking downfield to throw. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
But talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight, they thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The defense has been...
Lofts one high and deep. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. The offense likely to lean on the run to milk this clock. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Forced out of the pocket. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. The blue turf rumbling on this 3rd down attempt as the Bronco fans exhort the D. There he goes. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
Boise State.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Beavers will line it up on 1st and 10. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. We've got a timeout on the field, a tight game in the 4th, and the Brain Trust will go to work. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
And not a surprise by this offense, right? This is a game management type situation. I want to run the football. I want to run the clock. The clock is my friend with the lead. Late in the 4th quarter, inside of a minute, I'm going to keep this ground game going and make you have to look at that clock continue to tick.
So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Splits the uprights. Good. And that lead grows even bigger. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Had to throw it before he wanted. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
I think at this time, you just have to throw caution to the wind. You're down by a lot. You're deep in your own end late, so you're just going to be throwing it. The defense knows it. They're pinning their ears back. You're going to have to get rid of it early. Someone is going to have to step up and make a play, and that's going to have to happen a couple.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Timeout is called by the defense, and 12 seconds remain in the football game. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation when you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, get out of here with the W.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
And they get the icing on the cake, and that might make for some long memories after this one. Winning those individual 6